We have here with us Nancy Garland, running for a state representative, right?
Right, correct.
Okay.
The 20th State House District.
Okay. Can you tell us what are you going to bring to help the Somali community in Columbus, Ohio?
Well, I am aware of the issues that are facing the Somali community, especially in regard to education. And I know my husband actually works with COWIC and is working on grants to be able to help students who have not been able to graduate, that have not been able to find jobs, to provide job training. So I think that's one area that is critical. The other thing is English as a second language. And one of the issues I think is that Columbus State, different places do have courses, but many times it's difficult for the Somali community to actually have the transportation to get to those classes. So I think that we really need to bring those classes to you, such as the association, the Somali Community Association. And so we need to encourage those types of things. For me personally, healthcare reform is very important. I feel that everyone should have the ability to purchase affordable healthcare insurance, whether you have a job or not. And I know that that again is an issue for much of the Somali community. Also, education from the standpoint of our educational system here in Ohio is unconstitutional, and we need to fix that. And the governor has been having listening sessions all over the state to determine what do we want to have in our educational system. I think one of the issues is really early childhood development. If we invest in that, whether it be the Somali community or any child, we can ultimately, if we invest $1 here, we save $5 down the road in terms of students having to repeat classes, people ultimately going to jail, all kind of things. So that's one of the things I'm definitely going to support. But once we figure out what we want that educational system to look like, then we decide how much money we need to fund that. And I really want to have the opportunity to work with the governor on that. I've known the governor for many years from when I was in Washington, D.C., worked with him on healthcare issues, and so I'd like to have the opportunity to work with him in the legislature next year, and hopefully we will have a Democratic House and we will be able to move legislation forward that would help in regard to both healthcare and education. But I think the biggest issue is jobs. And I know, again, I was just talking to people inside the restaurant that people are leaving Columbus because they've lost their jobs. And we need to be able to bring those jobs back. And again, I think with the right job stimulus package and hopefully with the economy turning around, that we will be able to bring jobs back to Columbus.
Okay, earlier I was the event with the Governor Strickland and Senator Sherrod Brown and also John Glenn, and they all said good things about you. What is your background in terms of helping Somalis in the state of Ohio?
Well, I actually was in Washington, D.C. for 23 years, and I moved back to the state 7 years ago, made a very specific effort to move back to Columbus, and actually I live in New Albany, and have been very happy with that move. But what I have been working on in terms of overall legislation as the Executive Director of the Ohio Physical Therapy Association was for patients to be able to have access to therapy services. Here in Ohio, you had to have a referral from a physician before you could actually go see the physical therapist. And many times you don't need to have a referral. The physical therapists who are now educated at the doctorate level can actually, evaluate a patient. So Somali citizens would not have to go to a physician first, which I know many times it's difficult to even have a family physician, but they could go directly to the physical therapist and get the treatment that they needed. I've also been working on Medicaid with Medicaid and the Department of Education to be able to get children the services that they need in the schools, because many times when children have disabilities, they're not able to learn as they need to. So there are many rules and regulations that prevent children from getting the services they need. So we've been working with the Department of Education and the Department of Jobs and Family Services to hopefully do away with some of these what we call burdensome regulations, and some of the new regulations have already come out, and some will be coming out here in the near future. And again, one of those would do away with that requirement that you have to have a physician referral before you could the child could go to the physical therapist.
Okay, last question. I know many candidates don't come to the Somali communities. Why have you decided to come and campaign in Somalis, in front of Somali restaurant and also inside the Somali restaurant? And you told me yesterday you were at this location. Why have you decided to come and campaign with the Somalis?
Well, I have gotten to know the Somali community through Representative Ted Celeste, who I know has been very involved with the community, and also my husband, who works with COWIC, which is the Columbus Workforce Development Board. He has been very involved in terms of helping the community to get grants for English as a second language and for troubled youth, and he has really introduced me to many people within the Somali community, and I have met with many people, and I see the needs of the community, and I would like to be a legislator. I like to call myself the listening legislator, so I can help the community with the needs that they have, because we don't want the Somali community leaving Columbus. We want them to stay, and so we need to help with education, with jobs, and so that's why I'm here, because I want to represent the constituents of the 20th district, and there are many Somalis that live in the 20th district.
Okay, anything you might add and tell Somalis on Tuesday when they're voting?
Well, first I would say vote. If you can actually vote before the 4th, go down to Vets Memorial, because I think the lines are going to be very long on Election Day, and they actually are. I think they're long at Vets Memorial now. But again, so in case you have work responsibility, family responsibilities, to make sure this is a critical election at the presidential level, at the congressional level, and here at the state level. So again, I would encourage everyone to vote, and I would say vote for Nancy Garland.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Good luck.
Thank you.